Mate, you need to hurry up, please. Mate,
Hello?
open your eyes to me.
Behind me, another me.
Viewer discretion is advised for this educational documentary. Welcome or welcome back to Dark Case Documentaries. I bring you true crime, disturbing stories and other things that you may later regret knowing with regular uploads every week. Please do join the quickly growing, incredibly supportive Dark Case family by hitting subscribe and turning on notifications. Thank you so much to all of my patrons. If your name is on screen right now, then you're a legend. Our love and respect goes out to all those that knew and loved Christina and all those affected by this dark case. Christina Abbotts was born on May 25, 1989 in the West Midlands. She later moved to London and was described as loving, caring, and a loyal family member and friend. She was described by her family as petite, happy, and well educated. Her educational journey took her to the Royal Agricultural College in Cirencester, and then later to Oxford Brookes University. She presented herself as an IT consultant in the city. In truth, however, she maintained a secret identity as an escort. She operated under the alias Tilly Pexton, charging a staggering £2,000 per session. Her services were advertised online, and she met clients in upscale London hotels, as well as a rented flat in Crawley in West Sussex. Friend Howard Joseph, an airline pilot, described Christina as a sociable and personable woman, someone who embraced life to the fullest. She was often travelling, drinking, and partying. Her job allowed her to socialise with a wealthy circle of friends, indulging in high-end experiences like fine dining, and attending high-end events such as Royal Ascot and polo matches. Christina's parents remained unaware of their daughter's actual profession, but they did know about her association with an upper-class social set and about her frequent travels. At one point in her career, Christina Abbotts crossed paths with Zahid Naseem. He was an employee of the Toronto Dominion Bank through an online platform. Naseem met Abbotts on 3 occasions over a 6-week period. This was usually in hotels and restaurants in London. Naseem would pay her approximately £3,500 each time. He described their relationship as commercial but very intimate. He also gave approximately £2,000 to the friend for whom Abbotts was house-sitting, and he actively looked for websites so he could rate her performance as an escort. In one conversation with a friend, he said, "Luckily, I'm here to protect her from harm and the sick perverts out there. I don't want to break her." Hailing from Amersham, Buckinghamshire, Naseem began hiring escorts when his once thriving relationship with his partner eventually lost its spark and they drifted apart. Despite maintaining a successful career, Naseem was fired from his last job at Aberdeen Asset Management due to a substantial £20,000 entertaining expense. Naseem, a father of 2, despite his £250,000 salary, somehow had amassed significant debts. For nearly a decade, he frequently paid for escorts. He indulged in near-daily drinking, and he was a user of stimulants. Naseem attributed his high-stress job, which had taken him to New York whilst working for Merrill Lynch, as the source of his stress. It was on one of those stressful days when he decided to text Christina. On her birthday, May 25th, Christina had arranged for a celebration with friends at the Park Plaza Hotel. This was situated at County Hall in London. However, on the eve of her birthday, she got a text from Naseem who asked to meet her. So, on the evening of May 24th, Naseem met Christina in Crawley, West Sussex, and they went on to spend the night together. After taking a taxi from his Amersham residence, the two were captured in an Asda supermarket aisle. There, Naseem was seen kissing her on the forehead. In the shop, they bought her favourite brand of champagne, Veuve Clicquot. Only a few hours later, he messaged his estranged partner, Helen Jarvis, with the words, "It's too late. I'm sorry. Life isn't going to work out for me." Helen's immediate response was, "What have you done?" She attempted to call him but received no answer. The following day, Christina received birthday wishes from friends and family via text message. However, strangely, she did not respond to any of them. She also did not make an appearance at her own party, an event she was very much looking forward to. Growing concerned, her friend Roshan drove from London to her apartment at 11 p.m. When he couldn't get a response at the door, he called the police.
Thank you. There's someone else here. Yeah, there's someone else in here. Berkey, got another person in here.
Another person in it?
Another person in here.
Is it breathing? No. Knife over for Whiskey 01. It's not section to see in the building.
There's a knife on there, like joint.
Hang on, his eyes are flickering. What? No. His eyes are flickering. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I think it's the bulb in the light, mate.
No, his eyes
No, his eyes are flickering.
Ambulance, please.
Ambulance on the...
What do you want me to do with that? Because obviously...
It's fine, leave it where it is. Mate, can you hear
Ambulance on
me?
the hurry up, please.
Mate, open your eyes to me.
2 officers promptly arrived and then forced their way into the top floor apartment at 2:30 a.m. Christina's friend, waiting downstairs, sensed the gravity of the situation from the expressions on the officers' faces. They found Christina's lifeless body inside the flat. In addition, Naseem was discovered in the living room, seemingly unconscious. He was wearing only a dressing gown. Surrounding him were partially consumed glasses of alcohol. This was along with illicit substance-related paraphernalia.
Hello, mate. Did it go in his airway? Fantastic.
I tried to get him to like wiggle his fingers or his toes or any part of his body, but obviously no response.
You sure you're not in this room?
Flickering. That's how we actually thought he was deceased initially, but on putting torchlight on his eyes, they were flickering.
Come on, mate, you can hear me. Wakey! Come on, you can hear me, I know you can hear me.
Yeah.
There's only an extension number on your call time. I need to give you... GCS is 7, isn't it? Yeah. It's 1, 1 and 5. But eyes are occasionally open. Because of the circumstances leading to you being here at the hospital, okay, you are at this time under arrest on suspicion of murder. Okay, you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your suspense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later find in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence.
At first, paramedics suspected Naseem of play acting, but he regained consciousness after being transported to the hospital. Later, during a police interview, he claimed to have no recollection of what had happened with Christina Abbotts.
Did you at any time think to call for help?
I did.
Tell me about that.
I did, and I was just, well, what the hell happens next?
Sorry, Zahid, when you say you did...
No, I said I did think about it.
Okay.
And then I thought, well, what the hell's going to happen next? I can't see anything positive coming out of any of this.
Did it not cross your mind that they, ambulance may have been able to assist her, or...?
I don't think she was alive.
Right, okay. And without putting words, did you not panic and think, I need to phone the police? Something's obviously happened.
I did, but I just don't know. I just don't know. I just couldn't see what was going to happen that was going to change anything.
Were you panicking at that time?
I think I was just too much coming in minds at once.
It was what, sorry?
Just too many thoughts in my mind at once.
Mm. Okay. Did you actually phone anybody at all?
I can't remember.
Is that, you can't remember, but you possibly may have done?
I don't know. I can't remember.
And if you did, then who would you have phoned? Who would you likely to have phoned?
No one. I don't think I would have phoned anyone.
Okay.
I don't think I was in a state to phone anyone.
Okay.
So just to take that in, there's 13 blows
I got this.
to the head. What do you have to say about that?
I think I'm just shocked. That's what I've got to say about it.
Can you tell us how she came to suffer those injuries?
No, I just don't know. That's why I'm shocked. There was no fight. There was no. I don't know. I just don't know.
My interpretation of this is that that would have been a repeated and prolonged attack. To have suffered 13 separate blows to the head. Help us out with it, Zahid. How has this come about?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
You know, I'm sure you spent quite a lot of time whilst you've been here in custody thinking about things and trying to think back.
I'm trying to piece together that night, and I can't piece it together. I just can't piece it. There is no frame of reference to piece it together.
I mean, you've told Mike and I that nobody else entered the flat. The door was double locked with the key left inside.
Mm.
So that leaves you, Zahid.
It's not me. I'm not that person. I don't remember hitting. I don't remember strangling. I don't remember any of that.
So, if you had such a good relationship, then why didn't you even think about trying to get her help? Why didn't you even think about trying to call an ambulance for her?
I don't know. I don't know. Do I wish it was Thursday afternoon again? Yes, I wish it was Thursday afternoon again. Do I wish I'd never come to her flat? Yes, I do. I can't turn the clock back. I can't change things. But do I wish any of this outcome? No. It's 2 lives ruined, and many others as well, probably.
He said he was not some hyper high-functioning psychopath, trying to make up a story like it was something from Silence of the Lambs. I'm just telling you what happened or what didn't happen. I can't tell you more than that, he said. Naseem also said that he had never been violent, but he did admit to experiencing memory lapses. In messages on his phone, he made disturbing statements. He admitted a desire to make an escort feel degraded. His arrest came as a shock to both neighbours, friends and family. All of them struggled to believe the allegations made against the man that they thought they knew. Naseem, a marketing specialist, lived with his long-term partner in a £600,000 semi-detached house situated in a private road not far from Amersham town centre. Neighbours expressed their disbelief and confusion, with one saying, "I am really just too shocked to say anything about him. He is our neighbour and a lovely man." Another neighbour questioned if they had the right person, saying, "He is such a lovely man and always very friendly, and he says hello when you meet in the road. This just does not seem right." Another neighbour, wishing to remain anonymous, recounted the night of the incident, saying, The police and an ambulance arrived in the street at about 10:30 p.m. last night, and we knew straight away that something bad had happened. Deliveroo driver Aaron Harvey, aged 24 and residing in a nearby block of flats, also recalled a concerning encounter with Christina Abbotts' father. He mentioned speaking to the worried father the night of the incident. Harvey described how the distressed man had approached him. He said that he had been searching for his 28-year-old blonde daughter, and that he was growing increasingly concerned. He said no one had heard from her for about 10 hours and he was worried. And I felt sorry for him. He was panicking. I said I had seen a blonde girl who didn't live here quite a bit recently, but I didn't know her. I hadn't seen her that day. During the trial, the judge said that he had presented himself as a well-spoken, educated, and professional man seeking enjoyment, but the reality was much different. She pointed out the considerable stress arising from his unstable work situation, and they noted his growing obsession with escorts. This was coupled with a spiraling issue of stimulant and alcohol addiction, both of which were getting more and more out of control. During his court appearance, Naseem, dressed in grey jogging bottoms and a top, spoke only to confirm his name, date of birth and address. Naseem had repeatedly denied the charge of murder. Instead, he claimed that he had acted in self-defense. He claimed that a red mist may have clouded his judgment during the incident. The prosecutor firmly dismissed Naseem's testimony, saying it was all a pack of lies. The banker was accused of subjecting his victim to a terrible attack. An attack in which a post-mortem examination later revealed that Abbotts had endured 13 head injuries. This was along with compression injuries to her neck, consistent with being throttled. At some point around midday, Naseem struck Abbotts on the head with a kitchen pestle, leaving her on a bed in a horrifying scene surrounded by her own vital fluids. It was also discovered that Naseem remained in the flat for 12 hours following the murder. During this time, he engaged in alcohol consumption, substance use, and the transmission of explicit and adult material. This included pictures and videos of himself involved in intimate acts with other escorts. The flat yielded additional evidence, including a blood-stained bottle of brandy, stimulants, poppers, and the other half of the pestle and mortar. Naseem's DNA-ridden fingerprints were also found on the bath, a sharp kitchen implement, and on Christina's iPhone. However, Naseem claimed that Christina had attempted to throttle him during an adult game, and that he responded by striking her in self-defense, losing control in the process. However, he was unable to provide an explanation to the jurors regarding the presence of the pestle, an object which was coupled with a mortar bowl discovered in the bedroom by the investigating officers. As a result, the jury did not accept his explanation. They totally rejected his claims of self-defense and loss of control. On January the 10th, 2019, after just 2 hours and 40 minutes of deliberation, the jury reached a unanimous verdict, finding Zahid Naseem guilty of murder. Prosecutors' assessment suggested that Naseem attacked Christina simply because he was angry and jealous. He was triggered when she appeared to divert her attention to the birthday messages on her phone, seemingly neglecting to give him the attention that he wanted. Attention that he perhaps demanded due to the exchange of money. This alleged altercation over her attention is believed to have escalated into a fatal incident. Additionally, the judge described Naseem's attack on Abbotts as being of extraordinary ferocity. She pointed out the considerable pain inflicted based on the extent of her injuries, noting the unimaginable terror she must have endured in her final moments. She also acknowledged the nature of Abbotts' profession as an escort, saying that she had chosen to earn her money in a business with a long history, but one that had always carried significant risks of danger. Christina Abbotts' parents, along with her brother, wept in the public gallery while a victim impact statement was read to the court. In this statement, her father, a retired BT engineer, expressed the constant worry he and his family had regarding their daughter's safety, along with her financial situation while she lived in London. Christina had always assured them that she was doing okay, but the family missed her visits. Visits in which she had the power to brighten their lives with her happiness and positivity. He spoke of their shattered dreams, saying, "I was hoping one day to walk her down the aisle. She would have been such a beautiful bride, and instead we had to take her in a coffin." He added, "May she rest in peace. We love you, Christina, and miss you so much." The parents also clarified that Christina had held legitimate jobs in a state agency and events, and they wanted to emphasise that she was much more than how she was portrayed in the case. They highlighted that Christina remained a loving, caring and loyal daughter, sister, niece and friend. In a post-sentence statement, they described the impact on their personal and professional lives. They said, "This has had a tremendous impact on our personal and professional lives, as we have not been able to meet commitments due to the level of stress and shock we have been experiencing. We have our family tradition of going on holiday every year. We visited Tenerife and Lapland last year." Christina said in April, "Mummy, why don't we go to southern France this year for our family getaway?" But instead of planning the holiday, we had to go and plan her funeral. She was beautiful inside and out and also very kind to others, putting everyone else's needs first. Detective Chief Inspector Gemma Heater of Sussex Police also expressed her condolences for Christina Abbotts. She acknowledged the strength and dignity displayed by Christina's friends and family throughout the case. Heater also mentioned that Zahid Naseem, after receiving medical treatment, cooperated with the investigation and openly discussed his knowledge of Christina and the true nature of their relationship. However, right until the end, he denied any intent to kill Christina. He attributed the incident to alcohol and substance consumption. He still to this day claims no recollection of how it all unfolded. Heater highlighted the far-reaching impact of Naseem's actions, affecting not only Christina's family but also his own. Now, everyone involved faces the challenges of rebuilding their lives. Zahid Naseem was sentenced to a minimum of just 19 years in prison. Do you think the punishment fits the crime here? What do you think could be done to avoid something like this happening again in the future? Please do let me know down in the comments. If you appreciate what I'm doing here, please do hit that like button. Be careful out there and I'll see you soon.